Very scary mutant horror movies. Horror movies about mutants and grotesque transformations tap into one of our deepest fears. The horrifying loss of our own humanity, from mind-melting experiments to flesh-eating consuming horrors. These films push the boundaries of terror. If you love twisted, unsettling, and visually disturbing horror, these movies are a must-watch. The Fly, 1986, a scientific breakthrough turned nightmare. What if one mistake could change your very existence? Seth Brundle, an eccentric scientist, is on the verge of revolutionizing transportation with his teleportation pods. But when a tiny housefly enters the machine during a test, his DNA becomes fused with the insects at a molecular level. What follows is one of the most disturbing, tragic, and terrifying transformations ever put on film. Why this movie is terrifying? The slow, grotesque process of Brundle's mutation, from subtle changes to full-blown horror. Jeff Goldblum's unforgettable performance, blending tragedy and terror. Iconic stomach-churning practical effects that still hold up today. From Beyond, 1986, seeing beyond human limits can be a curse. There are things in this world that aren't supposed to meant to see, and some horrors that should never be unleashed. From Beyond follows a group of scientists experimenting with a machine called the Resonator, designed to expand human perception. But their curiosity opens a door to a dimension filled with nightmarish creatures, entities beyond human comprehension, that twist and mutate their victims into unspeakable horrors. What makes this movie disturbing? Mind-bending horror, filled with grotesque otherworldly mutations, an atmosphere drenched in paranoia, madness, and eerie body transformations. Lovecraftian horror at its best, mixing psychological terror with gruesome visuals. The Blob, 1988, the ultimate flesh-eating nightmare. It started as a small, harmless-looking mess, but within hours it had consumed its first victim, and then another. In this terrifying remake of the 1958 classic, a mysterious gelatinous organism crashes to Earth and begins devouring everything in its path, growing larger and more monstrous with each victim. No bullets can stop it, no walls can contain it. The only hope is to run. Why this movie is a monster classic? A horrifying concept being slowly dissolved and absorbed alive. Some of the horror's most brutal and unexpected death scenes in 80s. Fast-paced, suspenseful, and packed with incredible practical effects. Final thoughts. Can you handle these mutant nightmares? Mutant horror movies are some of the most deeply unsettling stories in this genre. They force us to confront our own fears of transformation, decay, and losing control of our own bodies. These films don't just scare us, they haunt us long after the credits roll. So, have you seen any of these movies? If not, I'm wishing you luck and bravery, because these nightmares will haunt you long after you watch them. Bye-bye.